professor teaches that genocide is morally required, has something worse to say about white people. As Muslims continue to systemically try to rid the world of the infidel through massive terror attacks, what most people don't realize is that their other motivation is the complete genocide of the white race. Terror groups like Al-Qaeda continue to call for a lone wolf attacks on whites, while at the same encouraging the outbreeding of the white race through massive immigration of predominantly white countries. Now a Muslim professor at a prominent university in California is instructing his students to do something so vile to whites, that it should be considered a terroristic threat. Muslims understand completely that in order to take over America, they must creep into every facet of our society, including our government, law enforcement, and our schools. Getting their nasty talons wrapped around the minds of our young people is paramount, which is why so many Muslims are becoming educated and getting jobs at universities across the United States. California State University professor Muhammad Abed, who teaches ethics, social and political philosophy, and Islamic philosophy in Los Angeles, was recently exposed for teaching that white genocide should not only be legal, but that the practice of killing off all white people is morally required. The Gateway Pundit reports. Muhammad Abed, a California State University, Los Angeles, tenure-track professor of ethics, social and political philosophy, and classical Islamic philosophy, believes that genocide of white racists is morally required. Muhammad Abed claims that sometimes you just have to commit genocide to save the world from the evil people like white racists. Abed was extremely happy when speaking about the entire white race facing extinction in Europe, as massive invasions by Muslims into non-Muslim countries is a basic concept taught throughout the Quran. But of course, when Christians thousands of years ago started fighting back during the Islamic invasion that led to the Crusades, of course Abed just thinks that portion of history is racist. In addition to instructing his courses on why white genocide is necessary in our society, Abed has also written a racist paper on the matter called The Concept of Genocide Reconsidered, where liberals around America are wildly praising the man's theory of killing off all the evil white racists. Abed's violent genocidal sentiments towards whites is part of a massive all-out war that is currently being pushed against the white entire race. Demonizing whites and pushing the concept of multiculturalism in our schools is simply buzzwords for white genocide, as rabid liberal professors continue to indoctrinate young people with concepts on white privilege and white guilt as a way to make them hate their own race. For reasons that defy all logic, liberals celebrate the fact that whites will be the minority in America within a few short years, as they continue to launch all-out attacks and demonize the white Christian male. We have to put ourselves in a place where we are the minority, Senator Tim Kaine said before a black audience speaking of whites. This is only a small portion of the anti-white genocidal rhetoric being pushed down our throats in recent months. The Muslim president of the Hull Certification Authority in Australia, Mohamed El Mueli, gleefully predicted several weeks ago that the white race in Australia will become completely extinct within 40 years, calling on Muslim men to fertilize white women by whatever means necessary to make the country completely Muslim within 4 decades. He then told white men, who he refers to as bigots, to kill themselves, or plan to die at the hands of Muslims, who are rapidly conquering the country. This is just part of the rhetoric that is being pushed by Muslim leadership, as Muslim migrants are now systematically targeting white women for rape as part of their ongoing civilization jihad against whites. Earlier this week, Liverpool authorities in England reported on Muslim migrant gangs who were going through the streets attacking and raping women, just because they were white. Could you imagine a white professor instructing students that the deliberate annihilation of a non-white race was morally required? There would be marches in the street, and the white professor would no doubt be strung up by his neck in public and publicly executed. Why is that Muslims such as Muhammad Abed can openly call for the genocide of the white race and no one bats an eye?